All right, we have possibly the worst lead ever. Well, not really. The main problem is their Palafin is going to be able to easily flip turn, and King Gambit's not really a lead Pokemon. You put it at the end. But that's fine. This is random battles after all. We can go to a lot of different Pokemon, to be honest. Flapple. I like Flapple here. They're probably going to flip turn, but I don't want to risk getting hit by close combat. That's why I'm switching here, even though I think they're very likely to flip turn. Not worth the risk of them going for like the odd close combat play. So Flapple is fine. They can flip turn. They'll keep momentum, but nothing I can do about it because of the lead matchup here. Yep, they do flip turn as I go to Flapple. I only take 6%, but the issue isn't really damage, it's momentum. So they go to Arachnid. Now that is interesting. That Arachnid doesn't punish Flapple, it's the other way around. Whatever, I'll go for it. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what happened there. It could be that they wanted to remove a Pokemon so they could revenge kill me and then win with Palafin later. That could be the idea by forcing me to lock into Outrage. But either way, I'm happy to just get rid of a Pokemon, especially a Pokemon that has Sticky Web. They go to Golem Alola, okay. Okay, this was incredible value for me for my Flapple. Crit did matter. Well, it may have mattered. Actually, never mind. Yeah, no, definitely. You know what? I'm gonna go and check just to make sure. The crit likely mattered, but it's whatever. It was like a 30% to kill anyway. Anyway, 137. Who do I go to? A lot of my Pokemon. I can go to Sableye, which is interesting. I do like Sableye. I want a Pokemon faster than Golem, but I don't want to go to Phalanx because I'll take Life Orb Recoil. I don't want to go to Oranguru, again, because of Life Orb Recoil. Golem slower, as a speed tie rather, and King Gambit slower. So funnily enough, Sableye is my best option to revenge kill. So they've essentially told me a lot of information by the way they handled Flapple, right? So they don't have a fairy type. That opens up maybe ideas with Sableye. They go to Sandaconda. I have Knockoff and then Encore if they want to do something, you know, interesting. Loaded dice, so they are offensive, okay. Recover, Earthquake again. At some point I'm gonna have to bail out and switch, but I don't have a great switch in. The roll is 48 to 57, so 49 is as good as it's gonna get. Phalanx does outspeed. I'm gonna go to Oranguru for now. The Earthquake, I'm gonna get off a pretty strong Hyper Voice. They Coil, that's fine. I am likely to live Earthquake, not guaranteed. I'm likely to live Earthquake. Yeah, I am likely to live Earthquake. Yep, there we go. Okay, incredible value. I would expect Palafin to come out, and honestly, I'm pretty weak to Palafin. So what are my ideas if I fight Palafin? Maybe I go for Thunder Wave, and that opens up Banded Golem later. So I'm going to go Sableye with the idea of being able to Thunder Wave Palafin if it comes down to it. So overall, 4v3. In a vacuum, I'm happy, but I know I'm weak to Palafin, and that's going to be something I have to prepare for. They go to Rillaboom. Okay. It's tricky. I'm going to go to King Gambit. I think it's good defensively into the grass type. Woodhammer, 45. That is choice banded. Okay. I go for Kowtow. And they have a Hitmonchan. Okay. So I am... Hitmonchan's tough. I do have Sableye. But they can predict that. They can use Knockoff. I'm going to get a little greedy here. Yeah, I'm going to Iron Head predicting them to predict me. Get that Life Orb Recoil. 52. That's a lot of damage. Now I'm going to go to Sableye to deny Drain Punch. They knock off anyway. I'm okay with that. I can just recover now. Yeah, this is not a good matchup. They go to Palafin here. But I T-Wave. I'm happy to T-Wave. Oh, maybe not. Okay, now we can officially panic. We don't really have a way to beat... Okay, we can go to Golem. and then galvanize is what we can do. But if they go Rillaboom on Golem, we're in trouble. I can go to Phalanx, maybe? Phalanx can live a wave crash, but if they Terra Water, then I'm dead. I think Golem has to be the right play. Golem has to be the right play. I really don't like what I'm doing here. I'm going to Stone Edge in case they go Rillaboom. In case they go to Rillaboom, I'm going to Stone Edge. I would have liked to have paralyzed Palafin, but what's done is done. Okay. There we go. Things are looking good, aren't they? Things are looking actually good. I should probably use a grass move. Okay. Things are looking good because now Phalanx is going to win. Phalanx is going to win now. Oh, well, look at that. We don't even die. Yeah, I think locking into high horsepower, even if they knocked out Golem, all you're doing is opening up Phalanx in the end. So they Drain Punch. That's fine. This cannot have Terra Ghost, I don't think. So what I'm looking at right now is just close combat and then Mach Punch knock me out. Surely not. Because of the defense. Yeah, I can no retreat. Okay. Now, even Mach Punch will not knock me out. So I should be fine. There we go. Alright, that was a really interesting game one. I think that was pretty fun. We had to manage a bad matchup with Palafin, and I think we did that overall fine. Okay, Virizion into Toxapex. Very tough matchup. So they have... If they have Toxic Spikes, I'm in a lot of trouble. If they have Toxic Spikes, I'm in a lot of trouble. Do I have Lumberry on anything? No. I'm going to go to Rotom, and we're going to find out. It is Toxic and not Toxic Spikes. This is actually good. Because it means, well, it's not good, but it's better than Toxic Spikes. Because now maybe we have ideas where we go Substitute, and we can try and win like that. Pretty calm Volt Switch. I could... Ooh, is that... Okay, I thought about Volt Absorb for a second. No, it can't be that. Okay. Now I can go to Colossal. And... yeah, we do want Stealth Rock for sure. It's good into Luxray and Toxapex, and later in the game, if I ever want to get Serperior going and there's an Assault Fest Luxray, that could be annoying. So this is fine. We want Stealth Rock without a doubt. Especially if their Luxray is how they're dealing with Rotom, being able to Volt Switch and Stealth Rock for chip damage is incredibly valuable long term. It's really, if you're a new player, it's really easy to underestimate how much constant 12% add up over time. It is very deadly. They go to Toxapex here. I know they only have Toxic. I'm going to go to Rotom. I can even try to Willow a Pokemon like Luxray. If I can Willow Luxray too, I'm opening up Serperior even more. That's what I'm looking at here. I'm looking at, can I get Serperior with Substitute to try and win a game? If I can get that done, I'm happy. They go to Crabominable. I Willow that. I always Willow that. They tried to predict. I'm not entirely sure why Crabominable was the play, but it's illustrative of how valuable Stealth Rock is. Another Pokemon weak to it. They knock off Critical Hit, unfortunate. We can Volt on that. We're going to find out if they're Assault Vest. We did 30, which means they are Choice Banded knockoff. So I'll go to Virizion on that. Okay, Attack Boost, Swords Dance, and I lose the Life Orb, but I get the one-time attack boost, which I'm going to bet is worth my money here. Because if I get another Swords Dance, I'm fast, I'm strong, I have Terrestrialization. I don't actually beat Toxapex, which is funny. And they have a Flutter Mane. I have a high special defense stat. What do I do? It's a Flutter Mane. So I am actually likely to live Moonblast, even if they're Choice Specs. If they're Life Orb, I guaranteed live, but even if they're Choice Specs, I'm likely to live. And not guaranteed, but I'm likely to live. I could play it safe. Okay, yep, there we go. Yeah, I was likely to live that. That's good. Now this is looking good. Because realistically, Virizion not a match winner because it can't beat Toxapex 1v1. We take, this is good damage. 71. Yeah, great damage. Do I go for it now? Serperior Leaf Storm. I mean, no better time than now. Let's go for it. We pick up Renucleus here, and then we start snowballing. Yeah, this should be fine. And we have Terra Rock too. Luxray's Intimidate would actually give us an attack boost. Not that we're using it, but it's funny. You know, actually, there is a use case for Luxray's Intimidate, because Terra Blast depends on if your higher attack stat. So if we didn't have a special attack boost, you could realistically maybe go Terra Blast Rock for the physical attack, which would be funny. But wait, that doesn't KO? Oh no. Wait a minute, it's good it didn't KO, because now I can do it again. Okay, that was not guaranteed to KO. My bad. So at least now we have double the special attack, which is potentially good. The double special attack actually gives us enough power to put Luxray in range of fainting. So that worked out unintentionally. Oh, they go to Enamorous here. Does it have agility? I'm going to do a little bit of an advanced maneuver here. I'm going to substitute to try and bait out the Terra. Okay. And now I go for the Terra Blast Rock. There we go. Because they know I could be Terra Blast Rock. They could try and... Obviously, they could have predicted the substitute into Terra play, but that's the kind of more of an advanced maneuver and very difficult to predict. We do 1-hit KO Luxray. Well, not guaranteed. We're not guaranteed to KO Luxray. Let's go for it, though. At this point, Oranguru is winning anyway. Yep, that's good. We were likely to get it, and now... Substitute? There's no harm in substituting here. Yep, we catch that. Yeah, they're locked into Fairy now. I am just gonna Terra Blast Rock. I didn't want to have the attack miss was the main thing. So now it's pretty over. Because if Leaf Storm missed, for example, I could end up in a lot of trouble, a lot of different complications that could make things annoying. But yeah, we get the win there. Overall, another clean game. We had the Palafin game. We had the Toxapex game. Okay, we have Fezandipiti into Lilligant, which was a great matchup. And I really like to beat up on turn 1. Because we get the... Well, they have Flame Body. No, beat up is non-contact. So there's no risk for me. But Toxic Chain not activating after using it 6 times, I think is a world record. I don't need to go for it again. I could U-turn. I'm okay with getting burnt because I have Moonblast for damage. Wow. 7 times no activation. We get Greninja in the game. I have Hydro Pump. I have Gunk Shot. I'm going to rip a Gunk Shot. Ah, that's bad. They stayed in on Hydro Pump too. Okay. What else do we have? We have Glalie with Earthquake. We have no... This is not good. We can go to Iron Valiant. Okay. Try Calm Minding. Definitely not a good way to start the game. Okay. Okay. That was not likely to KO. Yeah, this is bad. We're losing everything here. We're down 4-5. But truthfully, we don't know enough of... Okay, they go to Lilligant again. I'm going to drop a Gunk Shot here. They go to King Gambit. Okay. I can play for the late game Rabsca, is what I'm thinking. Okay. That only did 40. Wow. We can play for the late game Valiant. So they go to Lilligant. Okay. I'm going to pick up with Dual Wing Beat here. I could also U-turn. They go to Boulder. Okay. I am mono lose to Rock. I'm going to have to Terra Steel my Rabsca. And then try and win with Iron Valiant in the late game. But even then, Boulder is faster than me. I could Terra Fighting here. Is that the idea? Terra fighting and then U-turn? Because I'm weak to Boulder. I think that is the play. I think that is the play. It's risky though. Yep, okay. Okay, that was risky, but in my opinion, I think it was worth it. Because we were losing to Boulder unless we did something drastic. Now we are down, we're equal 4-4, but really we're down because they have their Terra left. Okay, that did no damage. Wow. Okay. That did no damage. We're back in the game, 4-4. Ironhead. Well, there is a 22 level difference here. They Terra Dark. Okay. I am okay with that. Because you've given up your Terra for, in my opinion, not a lot of value. Fezandipiti is good. And if I can get my very, very valuable... They go to Lilligant? Okay. Are they weak to Fezandipiti? What are they doing? If I can get my... Oh, they go to Regidrago. They are weak to Fezandipiti. If I can get my Revival Blessing, I'm also happy. Well, Moonblast for damage. 57, alright. Dragon Dance, okay. We don't faint to any attack here. Except for crit. Well, I was almost right in that we don't faint to any attack, but I forgot about the critical hit. Well, we don't faint to outrage, so I have to be careful what I want to do. Okay, so I have two options here. One, I Psychic and I knock out Regidrago, but they do Outrage for 80. Or I Revival Blessing, I heal Iron Valiant. Here's the thing. I know they're weak to Fezandipiti, otherwise they wouldn't have gone for the Lilligant into Regidrago play. So I know they're weak to Fezandipiti. That means, what do they have? Maybe they have a fighting type? If they have a fighting type, then Scyther is good. Is it maybe... I'm not even sure what their dark type. Scyther would be good for that too. The problem is, if I Revival Blessing, they go for Outrage one time, then they go for it again 2 times. If they stay locked in, then great. I can Revenge Kill with the Fairy type. But if they escape the Outrage, then I'm going to die on the next hit. So I think the safer play is to take damage here. The safer play is to take damage. Okay. Now, Dark or Fighting is what I'm thinking in the final. I think it's a Dark or Fighting type Pokemon. The way they played that Fezandipiti, where they went to Lilligant, then they went to Regidrago, that is the final Pokemon. It's a Cacturne. Oh boy. That means they have... Well, it was a Dark type, but it has Sucker Punch. We're going to have to outplay... The crit really screwed things up. We're going to have to outplay all these Sucker Punches here. Yeah. Crit was brutal. We'll take that, though. Let's keep going to game 4. Alright, Shiftry into Executor Alola. Okay. If I knock off... I like knock off. It gets rid of Specs or Harvest. So they have Citrus Berry Harvest. We're going to get rid of that. That's good. We took a lot of damage to do it. It's not bad, though. I like Grimmsnarl. Well, I don't like getting burnt. That's actually really bad. Yeah, now we don't even knock out Executor. Yeah, 28? Okay. Yep, and the Woodhammer. Okay, not ideal. Let's just go to Flareon and activate Flame Orb, or Toxic Orb. Okay. Yeah, definitely not great. Well, it's 1-for-1, but they have the switch advantage. So they can go to, by definition, a Pokemon that counters Flareon. So it's not terrible. We're down... No, actually, it is terrible, because we've lost 80% of the other Pokemon, too. They go to Palisand. Okay. I'm going to take damage. I just want to get weak in it. They Earth-powered We Live. I'm going to go for another one. Flareon has equalized, kind of. We're trading one Pokemon for one Pokemon. It's not great. We're definitely in a bad spot. Let's see what they can do. We have one more attack coming through. There we go. We have ideas. I'm just going to go Shiftry. Or I'm going to go Camerupt. I think Camerupt's typing is kind of cool. They go to Yuxi. Good thing I didn't go to Shiftry there. I would have got outsped and hit by U-turn. I'm going to Stealth Rock. And on a move like Encore, I'm going to go to Brambleghast. I'm going to predict Encore. They're likely to have it. They Stealth Rock. Okay. They go to Smeargle. I'm going to Roar in case they have that Shell Smash idea. Yep, okay. Into Trevenant. Now I have an Overheat, which I like. So overall, we have equalized. In my opinion, I think we've equalized here. It's back to 4-on-4. We have Stealth Rock. Even though Shiftry is low HP, we have Momentum and Stealth Rock. And they look weak to Camerupt. So there should be a free Overheat into the Trevenant here. They go to Dunsparce. Okay. I'm going to greed a little bit here. I'm going Shiftry. They can predict that. They don't. Now I'm going to get a free knockoff into the Eviolite Pokemon or an entire team weak to knockoff. So either way, I'm happy. Yeah, things are going... I think we've pulled it back from a bad spot. Now, what are they up to? They have a really tough decision here. Who are they going to let get knocked off? You're either going to lose a Pokemon or lose an Eviolite. And to be honest, a Dunsparce without Eviolite isn't that great. So it's a very tough decision. They're going to have to let something go. Something valuable will be gone here. Yep, they're going to lose their Eviolite. They're going to recover. They coil. Okay. I can go to Flamigo or I can go to Camerupt. They're Body Slam Earthquake. Oh, I'm pretty sure Brambleghast beats you 1v1. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Brambleghast wins 1v1. Or does it not? It might come down to a PP stall if we go for this strat, which I don't like. Because I don't have a ton. I have Rapid Spin. But I only have 16 Strength Sap. They go to Trevenant, okay. They can't even Terra out of the problem. They'd have to go to Smeargle, but that doesn't solve anything because I can Power Whip next turn. Yeah, we're going to win this game with Brambleghast. It's going to be the linchpin. I do have to be careful around Yuxi. It can maybe, Terrestrialize and then Thunder Wave. So around Yuxi, I'm going to play it safe, but here, as long as they don't dodge my attacks, Brambleghast is going to be winning. As long as they don't dodge my attacks. That's a big caveat here because we are using high power inaccurate moves and sometimes the inaccuracy is going to come into play. But it looks to be a sacrifice, yep. Okay. If they go to Yuxi, I know something's wrong and I'm switching out. If they go to Smeargle, nah, there's no way they go to Smeargle. No, yeah, they have to go to Yuxi. So I'm going to have to play around that. Yep, they go to Yuxi. I want to keep one Sucker Punch around for Smeargle and things get, really annoying. Yep, they do Terra Steel. I'm going to Overheat. I'm going to make a very... Okay, they're going to go Dunsparce. Okay. That's not good. I'm going to go Bramble. They go to Smeargle, which doesn't do anything because I outspeed you and Power Whip. And if things get out of hand, I do have Terra Grass on Camerupt too. I can Terra Grass my Camerupt to be immune to Spore if it comes down to it. I think the Yuxi is going to switch in. I want a Poltergeist predicting that, but Power Whip does good damage too, and I have Stealth Rock adding up. So I don't need to make it predict. Yeah, I was okay with getting this predict wrong. Wait, no, I was... okay, that worked, but it shouldn't have. I'll go Camerupt now. If they predicted that, I was in a little bit of trouble, but that's fine overall. Yeah, we always go to Brambleghast. They coil. I have Power Whip. If they want to play this game, I do have Strength Sap to just remove all their attack. Okay. They didn't want to do that anyway. Yeah, we're going to have to be very careful around Smeargle. I could Power Whip. Not yet. Now's not the right time to Power Whip. The U-turn, I'm okay with that. Because now because of Stealth Rock, they're now in range of Poltergeist. They go to Dunsparce? Okay, I just go to the Brambler here. Inaccurate moves, though. Maybe I should have found a better line that doesn't involve hitting... Like, when it comes down to it, I'm going to have only an 80% on Smeargle, which is not good enough. So we could be in a challenging position. Okay. They go to Yuxi. I just realized I don't actually knock out Yuxi. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is what it comes down to. We're gonna have to hit an attack, which I don't like. Yeah, I don't like having to hit an attack to win. But thank God, we got it. Okay. 21-16. I'm gonna end the episode there. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.